grant you freedom.
Adam, eat it. I've already eaten. I did not die.
But God said there would be a price.
Before time began, there was only nothingness, no light, no form, no life, only endless darkness and silence. But within that silence, a pure light stirred, an ancient will, the first word ever spoken. And from that word, the universe bloomed like a flower of light. A fiery sphere, cloaked in molten lava, roared with eruptions, thunder, and lightning, and then a voice, deep and thunderous, rang out through the void.
Let there be light.
A beam of radiant white light descended from above, striking the burning sphere below. The ground begins to cool, and waters from above pour down, soothing the searing lava, slowly shaping oceans, hills, and river. As the rain subdued the burning fury of the sphere, the earth began to breathe. From the once barren soil, plants and trees emerged, slowly, silently, stretching upward toward the light. Birds soared into the sky, their wings slicing the air with song. Beasts of every kind rose from the dust, roaming the land with purpose and wild energy. Beneath the surface of the newborn seas, life blossomed. Countless creatures darted and danced through the waters, vibrant with motion, painting the deep in hues of creation and rhythm of a world awakening. But creation did not end there. The Holy One gave more than life to trees, to beasts, to birds, and to fish. He reserved a greater gift for one sacred creation, something far beyond mere existence. That creation was mankind. He formed them with his own hands, setting them apart from all other living things. To humanity, he gave free will, the power to think, to feel, to create, and to love. Into Adam's heart, he breathed a soul, a spark bearing his own image and essence. He gave not only life, but responsibility. A beautiful kingdom was entrusted to their care, to rule, to nurture, and to cultivate. They were called to walk with their Creator, not as mere servants, but as beloved children. And from the moment Adam opened his eyes for the first time, the story of humankind began. A tale of trials, yes, but also a story overflowing with hope. Under a clear blue sky and light pure as crystal, Adam stood in the Garden of Eden, a place of perfect beauty. All creation lived in harmony. There was no danger, no sorrow, only peace and love without condition. A gentle breeze carried the scent of blossoms. Streams flowed beneath ancient trees, murmuring songs of life. In this paradise, Adam opened his eyes and looked to the heavens, his heart full of quiet questions. Then a soft yet mighty light descended, wrapping him like a father's embrace. In the sacred stillness, a deep voice echoed, warm, timeless, as if from eternity itself.
Adam!
Adam replied, his eyes wide with wonder and uncertainty.
What am I?
And God spoke, tender and compassionate, like a loving father.
You are Adam, formed from the dust and given life by my breath. I have granted you life, wisdom, and the freedom to live joyfully and partake of all things in this garden. But hear my command. You must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for on the day you eat of it, you shall surely die.
In the midst of the beautiful garden, Adam sits alone by the clear stream. Nature awaits his voice.
You shall be lion, strong, fearless, but not my companion.
Each creature a name, each name a piece of the grand creation.
You tiny, but you sing so sweet. Nightingale, fly high, yet no one flies with me.
Every creature has a mate. Everyone except Adam.
They have companions, but me, Lord, I feel so empty.
As the sun sets, Adam stands amidst perfect beauty, but inside he feels utterly alone.
So beautiful, yet something's missing. I need someone like me.
But Adam was alone among all the creatures. So God, in his compassion, crafted a companion, Eve, formed from Adam's very own flesh and bone. She was brought forth gently, graceful and pure, her eyes wide with wonder and innocence. Eve opened her eyes and whispered softly,
I was made from your very being.
Adam stared at her, overwhelmed, his voice trembling as he spoke.
This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. Are we truly one?
And so they walked hand in hand through the garden, surrounded by the creatures of Eden, as golden sunlight bathed the world in warm light. And so they walked hand in hand through the garden, surrounded by the creatures of Eden, as golden sunlight bathed the world in warm light. Adam and Eve laughed and played, picking fruit, swimming in crystal streams, singing with the beasts of the field. But as they rejoiced, Eve, without thought, reached out and plucked a fruit from the tree of knowledge. In that instant, the sky shifted. A radiant light flared. God appeared before them, his presence vast, mighty, and heavy with sorrow. He spoke, his voice both thunderous and tender.
Did I not command you? Do not eat from the tree of knowledge. That was the boundary, the test of your trust.
Why must it be forbidden? The fruit is so beautiful, so inviting.
Because choice is a sacred gift, but one must choose what is right. True freedom cannot exist without boundaries.
In the shadows beneath the light, a traitor watched in silence. Light filtered through the dense canopy, shimmering like a living painting. High above, a serpent with iridescent green scales coiled around a branch, its ruby eyes fixed upon the woman below. The serpent, with a low and beguiling voice, whispered,
Eve, did God truly say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?
Eve stepped back, her voice cautious and unsure.
No, we may eat from every tree, except the tree of knowledge. If we eat from it, we will die.
The serpent chuckled softly, its eyes gleaming with cunning.
You will not die. God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like Him, knowing good and evil. That fruit is the key to your freedom.
Whispers slithered through her mind like a cold wind. Doubt took root. Eve's heart faltered. Beneath the tree of knowledge, crimson fruit hung like fiery jewels, swaying in the breath of Eden. A golden light, tinged with blood-red hues, bathed the scene like a silent warning. Yet in the distance, the sky began to shift. A streak of ashen green crept across the horizon, a silent omen of something drawing near. The wind murmured low, and the leaves rustled with voices unheard. The forbidden fruit swayed gently. Eve's heartbeat quickened, her eyes locked onto it, shimmering, hypnotic. In her gaze, the reflection of that fruit gleamed, a forbidden gem she could not turn away from. She reached for the fruit, then hesitated.
It was beautiful, so tempting. Maybe I'll learn what he doesn't want me to know, she thought.
The serpent whispered again, now like the wind curling around her ear.
Why do you hesitate, Eve? Don't you wish to understand the world as he does?
Her fingers trembled. As her fingers brushed the fruit skin, a warmth surged up her arm. The wind rose, stronger, wilder. A storm raged inside her. Loyalty to God or hunger for knowledge. Eve's heart pounded for a breathless moment. Silence. Then, with trembling resolve, she reached out and plucked the forbidden fruit. A radiant flare burst through the garden, like life itself had shifted into another reality. The wind stopped. All of Eden fell into eerie stillness. And there, beneath the forbidden tree, appeared. The western sky was no longer gold. It had faded into a veil of ashen gray. The leaves trembled, whispering their silent warning. Birds scattered in frantic flight. And for one uncanny moment, the world held its breath. Eve stepped forward, her eyes uncertain. Yet her hand reached out, offering the bitten fruit. A drop of crimson juice trailed down the fruit skin, glistening like blood.
Adam, eat it. I've already tasted it. I did not die. I see everything more clearly now.
A drop of crimson juice trailed down the fruit skin, glistening like blood. Adam stepped back. His eyes met Eve's, filled with love and fear.
But God said there would be a price.
You and I, we were made together. Let's face this together. You and I, forever.
Adam looked at her, his heart torn in two. For a fleeting instant, he saw it all: war, death, sorrow. But then it faded. All he saw were the eyes of the woman he loved. At last, he lifted the fruit and took a bite. A silent wave rippled through the air. The trees shuddered. The light vanished. The sky turned black as ink. Eve looked at Adam. Their eyes met. An invisible wave surged through the air. The trees trembled. The light vanished. The sky turned pitch black. Eva looked at Adam. Their eyes met. A silent conversation mixing fear and newfound understanding. A thunderclap roared. The entire garden trembled, and then a voice echoed, rising as if from the depths of existence itself.
Man has fallen.
In the dreadful silence, Adam and Eve faced their Creator. Innocence was gone. Only fear and regret remained.
Adam, where are you?
I heard your voice and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid.
Who told you that you were not wearing clothes? Have you eaten the forbidden fruit?
The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit and I ate.
Eve, why have you done this?
The serpent deceived me, and I ate.
Sin demands consequence, and now, before the Creator, mankind must face what they have done.
Because you have done this, you shall crawl on your belly all your life. You shall eat dust. There will be enmity between you and the woman. Her offspring shall crush your head, and you shall strike his heel. Eve, your pain in childbirth will multiply greatly. You will desire your husband, but he shall rule over you. Adam, because you listened to your wife and ate the forbidden fruit, the ground is cursed because of you. You shall labor painfully all your life. Thorns and thistles will cover the earth, and you shall return to dust.
I was wrong. Please forgive me.
The gates of paradise had closed. Adam and Eve no longer belonged to Eden. The path ahead was bleak, uncertain, but it was also the beginning of something new.
We have lost everything.
But we still have each other, and he is still there, even though we have failed.
Outside the garden was a nameless land, barren and lifeless. But there, a new story would begin. The life of Adam and Eve is a story about choice, freedom, and consequences. It is a timeless lesson about responsibility, temptation, and the hope of salvation. Loss of paradise is the first step in humanity's long journey. Like Adam and Eve, we constantly face difficult choices. But through our mistakes, we learn patience, compassion, and an unyielding hope of one day reclaiming the paradise we lost. God knew, yet He still let them fall. Because He did not create puppets. He created humans with true freedom. Freedom to love, freedom to believe, and also freedom to choose wrongly. Adam and Eve chose wrongly. They lost paradise. They lost eternal life. But the strange thing is, God did not abandon them. Amidst the punishment, He planted a promise. One day, someone would come to make everything right. There would be hope. There would be another paradise, one that could never be lost. Don't forget to subscribe to Inspire Bible Stories and hit the notification bell to never miss an inspiring Bible story. Like and share to spread the message to more people. Thank you for your support. Love, Sparkles.